Hey guys, welcome back to Living Vegan. It's Chris here, and today I wanted to do a video on the new dietary guidelines from the U.S. government. Pretty disappointing. I'm usually a little more upbeat, but today it's pretty sad of what they've recommended. There are a few good things in there, but mainly just things that were just totally ignored, and they know it, and it's been written about on all kind of blogs and things. I just wanted to hit the highlights with you and just make you aware of some things I think are wrong and some things that they did get right. So one of the things they want you to do is limit your sugar intake to 10%. That meaning processed things, not fruits, veggies, starches, etc. Processed cereals, sodas, gums, candies, cakes, etc. 10%, that's still about 12 teaspoons a day, so that's more than enough. So I don't really have a problem with that. I think they focused on that. I wouldn't worry about that as much if I was over that. I'm not concerned about it. But it's still something we do need to pay attention to. We don't need all the extra. If you're getting fruits and veggies and things, you're getting enough sugar. Not a problem. But do I think it's the demon they say it is? No. Another thing is red meat. They didn't say one thing about it, and I'm like, what? They just had a release saying that it's a carcinogen now, placed in the same category as smoking, asbestos, benzene, all these horrible things that we've outlawed and taken out of schools, and where all these precautions to be around these chemicals. But processed meats and bacon things, those are in the same class, but they didn't mention one thing about that. So it's crazy because of the increase. Red meat has so much saturated fat, cholesterol, it's carcinogen. I mean, these are things we don't want, and yet they didn't mention it because there was so much pressure from the meat industry, because it was brought up by the advisory committee for the government. But the meat industry squashed that, of course, and that all comes back to everybody knows what? Money. Money rules this country, and they said no, so it wasn't focused on in there. The other thing also was the advisory committee wanted everybody to focus on sustainability. Squashed. You didn't hear one thing about that, because that would, of course, then come back to dairy, meat, the big people that pay the big money. So therefore, you didn't hear anything about sustainability in all their speeches. Another negative thing they did was took the limits off daily intake of cholesterol. Now, I know our bodies make cholesterol more than enough, so I'm not sure why would we want to tell people eat all the cholesterol you want. And yet, in this country, there's $1 billion a year spent on cholesterol lowering medicine. So therefore, we open the doors. Take all you want. Get more. We'll give you more pills. Once again, big farm, big meat, they win. That's where the money is. That's who pays the bills. So once again, they win. One thing I did like is they said limit your sodium intake, the 2,300 milligrams a day, which that helps because it's good because a lot of the processed foods have that much sodium. So if you cut out the more processed foods, go to more whole food, plant-based diet, you'll cut that sodium down anyway, so it's not even going to affect you one bit. What else? They did say slightly, most news stations didn't cover this of course, but they said change some of your protein sources more to fish, and they did mention nuts and seeds. That's great. Cutting out the red meat, going to fish, I don't know, it's still carcinogen. It's still not great for you. It's bad for the environment, but at least it's a little switch with the nuts and seeds to get you away from all the meat. Because it's inflammatory, it causes allergies. I mean, there's so many things it causes. That's a whole nother video, but just be aware of these changes. So anyway, just my little rant on what the U.S. government just put out there. It's shocking, but it shouldn't be because, like I said, money, money, money. That's what pays the bills. Anyway, just a few comments, criticisms of what they've recommended. I would not do that. I would try and stick to more whole foods, plant-based diet if you can. Vegan preferably, but if you're not, hey, that's how it is. Just try and cut back on some of those other things. Anyway, that's all I have today. Any questions, comments, criticisms, just put them below. Please like and share this video. And just remember, carbs make us happy.